Hello, hello. Welcome on in, everybody. I see Gem. I see Moon. How are you all doing? I'm very excited for today. Extremely excited. We're going to be joined by Sapph. And I have made sure to link her in the title of the stream. So for anybody who's... I'm pretty sure everybody who's here is following Sapph already, but just in case, if you're not following Sapph, go follow Sapph because Sapph is amazing. I wasn't paying attention and then I randomly heard noises. Hi, how is the mic quality? Please let me know if you can hear me over the background music, because last time we had a little bit of issues with it. Hi, yes, I'm super excited. So I'm gonna... Sapph, since you're here, just call me when you're ready to like jump in. Just because I'm ready, so just call me when you're ready. And so I have picked out a couple Am I the Asshole stories, which I don't know if we'll get to all the ones I've picked. I don't know how many Sapph has picked either. So we're just gonna go with the flow and we'll finish when we finish. If we last a while, then we last a while. If we don't, we don't. We're just gonna go with the flow. Wait. No, Nightbot, don't... That's not nice. Don't block Moon's messages. For me, it sounds nice, not gonna lie, but I don't hear music. Okay, interesting. That makes a little sense, though, because I did have it a little quiet, so I'm just gonna bump it up a little bit more. So hopefully there's a little bit of something going on. But how is everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a great day. I know it's hot in most places right now, so hopefully you're all staying hydrated. I've been bad about hydrating. Me and Sapph talked about it a few minutes ago. We're both just not on the hydration train today, but my mom brought me in a Pink Crush, so I'm gonna be sipping on that. Get a little bit of a refreshment going. Yeah, so I think I picked out, how many stories did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 on my own, and I don't know how many Sapph has picked. So we'll go with the flow, see how it is. And there might be like a few longer ones in my picks. But I know there's some shorter ones as well. So we should hopefully be good to go. Again, I'm super hyped. I am very, very hyped for this. Let's see. I'm way beyond excited for this. And I hope you all are too. As we're reading these stories, feel free to jump in with like your opinions as we go, because I want to hear what everybody's thoughts are on these. So I'm gonna call Sapph now. Let me know if you can hear or if you can't. Hi, Sapph. Oh, I don't hear Sapph. Might be a second. Saph's typing. Okay, Sapph will be here in just a second. What did you spam? You literally didn't even spam anything, Moon. It was just the eyeball emojis, I think. Which, we love the eyeball emojis, so that's all good. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute in case Sapph is doing something. Yeah, you didn't even spam. I don't see 2 emojis as like spamming. I think if you like send like 10 plus, then Nightbot should be mad, but hopefully you can't hear me drinking. Oh, there's Sapph. Yes, I can hear you. Hi.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Sorry. I was having mic issues.
Oh, it happens. Don't worry. Chat, please let me know if you don't hear Sapph.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. There's Sapph.
Hello, everyone.
I don't see any we can't hear, so I think we're good. Welcome on in, Sapph. For anybody who finds this VOD later or anybody who's coming in, why don't you tell us about what you do on your channel?
Oh.
Not to
Hello,
put you on the
I
spot.
am Hello, everyone. I am Sapphire. I do YouTube content on YouTube.com. mostly Stardew Valley, but I'm trying to dabble in some other games as well. And I'm super happy to be here with Kiwi today, doing some Am I the Asshole posts. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6, but
Okay,
I have to do all of mine.
I think I said I have 8, so I figured
God.
we can just go with the flow and like we end when we end kind of thing, you know?
I'm trying to do like funny ones. I have some really funny ones.
I couldn't find any really funny ones. I think I found one that was
Really?
just a bit absurd.
Yeah, mine are
but
kind of absurd, for sure.
I love those, so I'm excited. Yeah, so anybody who's coming in, if you're not following Sapph, please go follow Sapph. I adore Sapph. I love her content.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're sweet.
So make sure you go follow her. Okay, do you want to do the first story?
You can if you want.
You don't want to? Okay.
You can start. It's your stream. Why don't you start?
Okay.
Set the scene.
Okay, I'm just trying to pick the one I want to start with. You know what, I'm just gonna go down the list of the ones I grabbed.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me open it, if it lets me. Come here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this first one, there's a bit of, like, misogyny going on in it.
Okay.
We're starting out strong. But, okay, so here's the first one. Am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression?
I also have this one in my life.
You have this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe, because I have more stories than you, I'll let you...
Oh.
Do you want to do...
Sure, you can read it if you want. Because we can just, like, I guess we'll discuss them afterward. We can, like, make our decision if we think they're an asshole or not, I guess.
Okay, I'll read this one then.
Yeah.
I think it was, like, one of the top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started going through those, and I was like, well, maybe Sapph might have grabbed those.
I have a couple, but no, this one was good.
Okay.
The chat should definitely hear this one. This one's insane.
Okay, awesome. Hi, TGA. Welcome on in. Okay, so, for the title again, for anybody just joining. Am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression? So it starts off this way. I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great-grandfather's estate to eat together. Typically, how this works is the women go cook for the time they're there and the men don't, which I'm fully aware is sexist as hell. That being said, I am one of the youngest people in my family and my protests mean literally nothing. So it goes on to say, some of these women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracizing. The women who don't cook are wives and long-term girlfriends, so they kind of already have a good relationship doctored in. When I have seen new partners not cook, it's gone bad, like completely ostracized, not speaking, cattiness, rudeness, etc. This dinner will be in 2 weeks, and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. I initially said yes, which is great. I want for her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around. But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. I told her that I understood where she was coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along. I told her that this isn't a permanent thing and that I am only asking her to do this so that she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family. This is her first impression, and I don't think it's best that we cause waves. She told me that it's unacceptable, and that if she has to do this, she will not be going. I've tried to find a compromise with her on this, but she won't budge, and she's pissed at me. She told me that if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, that I'm just as bad as everyone else. Well, my point is that she needs to make a good first impression. So, am I the asshole?
Chat, what do we think?
How do we feel?
Is OP the asshole?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like,
a little bit. Yeah.
As somebody who comes from, like, a really chaotic family, where very opinionated people are in that group. I get that it's kind of hard as the young one to try and change the dynamics, but he shouldn't be trying to push it onto his girlfriend like that. I feel like that's really just not cool.
It puts her in a really uncomfortable position because, like, you know, that it's just like it's a messed up situation, you know, because like I come from a very traditional family, so I get that, like, for all of the holidays, like, all of the women cook and clean and the men just sit around. So I get it, like, I'm part of that, you know, because like, but he shouldn't force her to do that. That's just, I don't know, man, that's a little wrong.
It feels, yeah, I don't know, especially if it's gonna be like, not only is it their first impression on her, it's her first impression on them. So it's kind of, do you really want to be around these kind of people? Like, do you really want to be, if it's a new relationship, do you really want to put yourself through that and like diminish your own self-respect for these people who might not matter in like a year or two?
I also kind of need more information because, like, how long have they been together? Like, if it's been a long time, I think that OP should definitely have, like, stepped up and defended his girlfriend more in the event that she does come over to the house and says, like, no, I don't want to cook, you know, and then, like, you know, kindness, you know, starts or whatever, not speaking, rudeness. But then he should speak up, you know, because I just feel like, especially if they're dating for a while, he should probably do more, even if he is the youngest in the family.
There's a point where your family is just wrong, you know? And
just because they're older doesn't mean that it's not inappropriate.
Exactly. And I saw a comment when I was looking at this before, and it was like, why won't my girlfriend abandon her her sense of self-respect so that she can establish herself as a subservient woman tool so that my sexist family won't mentally and verbally abuse her? Like, that's exactly like how I feel. It's just a bit weird. But I also, I assume that they haven't been together that long if this is the first time that, unless he's been like hiding his family from her, which I would do that if that was my family. But yeah, I think my personal opinion is definitely the asshole.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we want to throw the link in chat so want to like read along?
Yeah, okay. So here is, oh, why is it not letting me chat? That's wild.
I can pop it in if you
there
want.
We go. It's not too long. We're good. Okay, so that was the first story.
Definitely the asshole. And I think Reddit, they they claimed him as or OP as the asshole.
I think it was well deserved.
A little bit.
Definitely.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's not much else that I can say about it. It's very clearly the asshole. Okay, your turn?
Yeah, alright. Oh, there's some good ones here. I think okay, we'll start with this one. I'll pop this in so chat can read along.
Perfect.
But it's a short one. Am I the asshole for not wanting my kids to play in dog shit?
Okay, that's interesting.
The link works. Did the link?
I'm not seeing the link. If you want to just send me it in our Discord.
Oh yeah, maybe because I probably can't send links in chat. Here's
or
that.
maybe. Okay. Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. The other day, I let my 2 young kids play in a kiddie pool out front. I've got a fake grass lawn, and a guy walking his dog stopped, let his dog shit in my yard. Baffled, I said, "What the fuck?" He goes, "I'm cleaning it up." And I tell him, "I don't care if you clean it up. My young kids play in this grass like they are now, and I don't want them playing in dog shit." He says he always picks up his turds and nothing is left behind. And I'm like, there's still poop residue and your dog peed. Are you spraying my yard down too? He of course says no. I say, "Don't ever let your dog do its business here again." He just stares at me. I continue saying, "I don't have a dog. I don't want a dog. And I don't want its problems affecting my life. And he says he could have just asked nicely instead of being an asshole and says some other mean things. I yell, I hope I never see you again. My wife saw the whole thing and said I was a bit aggressive. Um, am I the asshole? Now, this one's interesting because
Sorry.
I know it's goofy. It's kind of goofy.
I
But
love it.
this makes me annoyed because people claim that this user OP was being an asshole, and I don't get it. Maybe I'm just wrong about this, but like, it's his yard. Like, don't let your dog poop on someone's private property. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, it was nice that he cleans it up, or they cleans it up. I'm still just like, bro, I don't know. Seems kind of rude. Or maybe everyone's an asshole here. Everyone just kind of sucks.
I feel like yeah, everybody just, in my opinion, everybody in this situation just kind of suck, because it's like, you can't, a dog's gonna pop a squat wherever a dog wants to pop a squat, you know? You can't really, if you're outside and he just plops down, then
Yeah.
like, it's not like you're gonna drag your dog while it's trying to go to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so absurd to me.
I know, like, I wonder, like, because the OP was saying, like, oh, there's still poop residue, and it's like, oh, this is so gross. Like, as somebody with a dog growing up, it's like, I can tell what kind of, like, type of dog shit it was. Like,
Oh
that's just kind
no.
of gross. But, like, it's a fake lawn, too. Like, that doesn't grow back. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you make a good point there, because yeah.
Like, if it was a real grass lawn, that'll just grow back. But it's fake turf, I'm assuming. So it's just like, oh no.
It's just permanently
It's
disgusting.
nasty. Yeah.
I feel like OP could have been a little bit more, not rude about it, you know?
Yeah.
But
maybe.
I feel like I get it in a way. You don't want if it's like a fake grass lawn that you can't really, it doesn't grow, you can't cut it, it's just gonna be gross.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of little kids running around, that's just not ideal, you know? Because you never know what kind of diseases, like, could be out there.
That's true. That's true.
So I kind of get both sides, but I also think both sides were a little wrong. So I'm kind of torn on this one.
It's funny, I'm going through the comments and somebody was like, do you shoot every bird in the sky who takes a crap on your lawn? Every squirrel or raccoon? It's like, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like, nature is gonna nature.
Nature is gonna do what it's gonna do.
And I feel like OP maybe in the future should just put a sign up, because I live in a small town, and like, people will have signs up that like say, like, you know, pick them after your dog, or, you know, like, don't go in their grass, and like, that's fair. Maybe OP should invest in some signage.
Yeah, because I feel like if there's not a sign,
like,
yeah, because there's like so many people who have like not like a gated in, but like a smaller fence around their front yard, so that their dog can just kind of walk around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't have a dog in this case, but it protects your children as well. So yeah, I think the little fence idea would be a good one.
Somebody else says, nobody tell the sky what happens in the oceans, lakes, and rivers.
Oh gosh. See, yeah, the more you read the comments, the more I'm like, you know what, yeah, this guy's definitely more leaning towards the asshole.
I still see, I think everyone sucks here. I think everyone sucks, because, like, I don't know, that's just me. Like, as somebody who, like, might own a home someday, I wouldn't want just, like, someone's dog taking craps in my lawn, but it's also a dog, and you can't control it. And I love dogs, so I don't have a problem with it. But if OP does, then that's their problem.
Yeah, I agree. Such an interesting one.
I know. It's like, oh, this one's funny.
How did you find this golden one?
I was just scrolling. I was scrolling for a while.
Oh, this one's so good. Yeah, 22 days ago. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that one threw me for a loop a little bit. Okay. So, my next one is, am I the asshole for wearing a floral dress to a hen party? So a hen party is like, from what I understand, like more of a British term, and it's a group of like females getting together.
Okay.
So in this case, it was like a bride and all of her friends.
Gotcha.
So last week it was my 29 females friends, 28 females hen party. The organizers requested we wear all black and the bride can wear something colorful of her choice, and that way she stands out as the bride. I wore a floral dress with a black background, which I thought was perfectly on theme because it is black as the base, but when I got there, everyone else was wearing all black only. One of the girls in the group asked why I'm wearing florals when we're supposed to wear black. I said my dress is still black too, just with floral print. Then, when we were having group photos taken, one of the girls who organized it looked incredibly annoyed and said that the photos looked off as everyone was wearing full black and the bride is in the middle wearing a color, but with a random floral print taking away the attention.
Oh no.
Later, I confided in another girl, saying I don't see why it was a big deal. It's just a hen party and I didn't think it needed to be that strict. She said it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it also wouldn't have been a big deal for me to just wear black like instructed. That everyone owns black, and it was chosen to make things easy, but it seemed like it was, like I was being difficult for the sake of... What? Sorry. It seemed like I was being difficult for the sake of it by purposefully choosing a print. So, is she the asshole?
Yeah. I'm so passionate about this because, like, I love this kind of wedding drama, or I guess not wedding, but just like the party wedding bridesmaid wearing the wrong thing, because it's just like, I don't know, it's so ridiculous, but like at the same time, I don't know, I think she should have asked the person hosting the party if this is okay. Like, I've gone to 2 weddings this year, and I always just double check with the person hosting, like, hey, what's the attire? Is this dress okay? Because you never know, and you don't want to end up at a situation where you look like an asshole.
No,
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, when I envision my own wedding situation, I'm totally fine with people wearing whatever they want, but that's only my personal opinion. So it's like, when someone specifically invites you to something that means something to them, like basically a bachelorette party in this instance, or like a bridal shower, and they ask you to wear something that everybody wears, everyone has, it's black. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't have at least like a few black pieces of clothing. It's just a bit ridiculous to think that a floral print, like, specifically, it says, the organizers requested we all wear black, and the bride can wear something colorful of her choice, and that way she stands out as the bride. So it's like, were you trying to upstage her?
Yeah. I wouldn't even, like, at a wedding, I would not dare to even have any bit of white in my dress.
No.
Like, because you just never know, and you don't want to be perceived as the person who, you know, didn't follow the rules. And I know some folks might be like, oh, it's a wedding, like, you know, we don't have to be so, like, uptight, but when it's someone's special day and you're a part of that special day, is it too much to, you know, just follow that dress code, I guess?
Yeah.
Especially for a wedding. And I do have a wedding related Am I the Asshole story, a different one that I'm excited for. And I guess in this case, the hen party, it's a bachelorette party. It's like a different word for it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a cute idea, but I think OP is probably in the wrong.
Yeah, I feel like she was either trying to upstage her friend, or she was being woefully obtuse. You know?
I feel like she was definitely ignorant to the situation.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot to purposefully try to upstage someone's own, like, bachelorette party. I would hope that OP wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, because that's just way over the line of am I the asshole? Like,
I also want to see the dress. I wish OP included a photo of the dress.
I know, like, was it just like a very light print? Which
Yeah, I have no
it's
idea.
still not okay because the bride asked for all black.
Yeah.
But like, how floral was it?
Oh, I
Because
know, I
that
need
would kind of
photos.
tell us like if it was purposeful or not. You know?
I feel like because OP did include a photo, that kind of speaks for itself. Because I think if OP included a photo, it'd be kind of obvious.
Yeah, I think so too. And somebody else commented, instructions seemed pretty damn clear, and you seem to be the only one who didn't get it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. I think I would be upset if I were the bride. Like, it wouldn't be like the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it would kind of show a little bit of disrespect towards me.
Yeah, because especially like all of these brides and like grooms, they like pay for everything,
Mhm.
and it's just like you could at least just wear. Because that's like my worst nightmare is like on your wedding day, somebody wearing white. You know, it's like, oh my god, it drives me kind of crazy.
See, for my wedding, I want to wear a red dress. So
That's so cool. I have a friend that wore a red dress for their wedding.
it's so cool. Like, I love red, and like I think
That's so cool.
like using a different, like a non-traditional color for your wedding, it's just
Yeah.
it's amazing. So I wouldn't really like. I don't know. I'm the kind of person who would be like, wear jeans. I don't care. Like, so maybe I'm more on the side of the friend for that reason. But like in
Yeah.
general, I'm definitely more towards the bride. I
Yeah,
think the
I think-
bride deserved
yeah.
better.
I think if you give specific instructions and you let people know in advance what the dress code is, they should be able to follow that.
Yeah, and it wasn't like something super crazy like you have to wear all neon. Like
Yeah.
like it's black. It's that's not that hard to
Yeah.
stick with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's mine. So we think OP is the asshole?
I think so.
Me too.
Yeah.
Chat, what are your thoughts on
Jen, feel free to
OP?
weigh in.
Yes, we'd love to hear your
I'll
thoughts.
send you my next one. It's also a wedding related one because I love this kind of stuff. It's so just I don't know.
The wedding ones are just insane. Cuz
I
like
know.
you never think that people would be this way, you know? Just
Yeah.
kind of disrespectful in a sense.
I think it is. Okay, here's the next one. Am I the asshole for kicking out my bridesmaid for wearing a revealing dress at my wedding?
Ooh.
I, 27F, got married to my husband, 29M, last week. I asked my friend from university, Ava, 26F, to be a bridesmaid. I grew up living with my parents and extended family quite religiously and dressed modestly as my family was very strict and traditional. While I don't agree with most of their ideas, I do follow them to avoid arguments. My parents don't share the same ideas and are less religious and have always supported me, but do ask me to request our family's policies in dressing and culture. Ava is a very passionate feminist, and I know she wouldn't agree with my family's policies, which is why before the wedding I told her to please not say anything at the wedding, and if it upsets her, she can always choose to stay closer to our group of friends instead. She agreed and said she was coming to support me. I picked peach as a dress color for all my bridesmaids and told them to pick the style they felt comfortable in, and I didn't specify any kind of particular dress or shade of peach, and gave them all 4 months' notice. I only asked that the dress be modest. At the wedding, Ava comes wearing a very tight, revealing peach dress. My MOH, maid of honor. My maid of honor said she would handle it and kicked her out. Ava has said that the dress was her way of expressing herself, and she is not talking to me anymore. But I generally don't think I'm in the wrong. Too long, don't read. I called Ava's dress revealing as she had a tight sleeveless mini dress on. I also wear tight clothing myself similar to she wore, but I don't think it's appropriate for a wedding. Am I the asshole?
Okay, that one is very interesting to me.
I know. Again, I like need to see the dress. I can't judge it based off of tight and revealing because this this person's definition of tight and revealing might be different from like Ava's.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem of saying, "Hey, pick your style and just show up."
That's my problem. Like I feel like OP is almost the asshole because they said pick your own style that you're comfortable in. And this was what Ava picked because that's what she was comfortable wearing. So now it feels kind of weird to suddenly police that when you should have been more like, I don't know.
I feel like if you're gonna say, "Hey, this is the color, pick what you want," you should be like,
Yeah.
"But show me what you're picking, please." Because, like you said, what someone else might think is tight and revealing might not be what you think is tight and revealing.
It also shouldn't warrant kicking somebody out because that just seems a little excessive, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit
It was
much.
like lingerie, like just like totally like out of line, but it just seems like, and especially, and a person in the comments mentioned that um the feminist comment was kind of just like out of nowhere, that OP was like, he was a very passionate feminist. And that just didn't really add like anything relevant except painting Ava as like a non-traditional person. Um
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of sitting on the asshole fence here.
yeah, I am too. I am too on this. I think OP is kind of the asshole for that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm kind of having a hard time with this
Yeah.
one. Cause,
Again, for anybody listening, if you aren't sure about wearing a dress to a wedding, just text a photo to the goddamn bride. I can trust you. It will save you so much hassle. Like,
yeah.
just it's better to be safe than sorry. Just like Ava maybe could have sent a photo to OP, but then again, OP, gave free reign to all the bridesmaids saying, pick out the dress you want. And a lot of brides do this now where like they just pick the color and then tell each of the bridesmaids like pick the style you like that
Yeah.
that is more comfortable for you, which is really great. I love that. And then OP just like, takes it back and it's like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, like if you're gonna have loose parameters, you kind of have to be someone who's like fine with everything. But if
Exactly.
you want to have loose parameters, you can still set it up where it's like, as you're shopping, like if you're thinking about a certain dress, like show
Yeah.
me so I can see what it looks like and whatnot, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I also feel like this is almost a case of the other story that you read where OP isn't necessarily against it, but the family is, and
Yeah.
they're scared of their family's reaction. And it's like, if you don't care about what Ava wears, but you're concerned about what your family's gonna say, then you're kind of an asshole for not like standing up for your friend if you don't care in the first place.
Yeah, like, um, my family, like I said, very opinionated. I'm sorry, like, I would 100% stand up for my friends
Yeah.
if my family was saying anything negative about them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what you do as friends.
Yeah.
Like, family isn't always right. Um, especially with how much the world's changed versus different generations, right?
I know, yeah.
It's yeah, I feel like OP might be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah. This was posted a day ago, and Reddit, or like the mods will
Hi
add
Davey,
flares
welcome
based on
in.
like what the comment
How are
section
you?
decides, and this was flared not enough info. So I'm hoping that OP adds a photo because I need to see what this dress
Yeah,
looks like.
I definitely need to
Need a
know what the
photo.
dress looks like.
Yeah.
I kind of want the dress if it's like causing this much of an uproar.
But,
Like
like tons of people like wear, this isn't the 1800s. Like, people wear bodycon short dresses to weddings. That's just what you wear. Like, I don't
Exactly.
know. Weird.
Like, honestly, in my opinion, at my wedding, as long as, like, body parts aren't, like, on display kind of thing, like, as long as
Yeah.
there's not nudity,
Oh my gosh,
like,
yeah. Like,
just be comfy. Wear what
yeah.
you want. Like, I don't care if it's short. I don't care if it's long. Like, just
Yeah.
wear what you want to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who has a problem with that, that's their own business.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think asshole.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I think so.
All right, we're I think we're having all assholes at this point.
I think so. Or the dog poop one was kind of an everyone sucks here,
Yeah,
but
yeah, because I think my two assholes, your two assholes too.
yeah.
Oh boy. Davey says, I'm doing well, just read the post. Seems like OP didn't clarify expectations for attire beyond color.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I need a photo.
I do too. I think I'm gonna like wait on that post and
Oh my
hope that
God, yeah.
a photo comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's kind of no, it got removed.
No.
It was so
Oh,
funny.
no. What was? Do you know the title?
Okay,
I might
so
have seen that one too.
it's like, would I be the asshole if I got our dog a girly collar just to mess with mother-in-law?
Oh, I saw that one. No.
Okay, just because this one is golden, I'm paraphrasing, so we're not gonna judge. But essentially, the mother-in-law believes in like specific gender norms. Where girls wear girly things, boys wear girly things, obviously in quotes, for my opinion. And so I think their daughter, is somebody who likes to wear like, dress, or not dresses, suits and stuff instead of, dresses to occasions. So her and her daughter kind of came up with this scheme to like FaceTime the mother-in-law with their boy dog wearing a girly collar with like rhinestones and everything. Yeah. I thought that one was really funny. I voted not the asshole when I read it, but I mean kind of an asshole thing cuz you're poking the bear a little bit, but but yeah, that one was really good. I'm so sad that one's gone.
Damn.
I know, it was so good. And I literally saved it last night, and it's already gone. Okay, I will pick a different one then. Good thing I grabbed a bunch.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, I'm gonna pick this one for now.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for letting my kid play a 17+ game with me? Let me explain. I, male 32, recently got Detroit Become Human for my PS5. And my son, male 12, wanted to play with me because it had Roblox in it. We had fun until my wife, 31 female, told us to stop playing and that it teaches kids to curse and that racial discrimination, child abuse, and murder is okay. I tried explaining that the entire point... Oh, spoilers, by the way. But this game's old, so hopefully you're good. The whole point of Marcus's storyline is that it isn't... like that those things aren't good, racial discrimination, child abuse, murder, and she got pissed and started saying how she gets to parent too and that he was her son too. So I turned off the game, told my kid to go play in his room, and told her that if she didn't like it, she could leave the room and let us have our fun in peace. She told me I was undermining her and that I was being an asshole, then made me promise I wouldn't play it with him again. So am I the asshole? I don't think I am, but it's nice to see other people's opinions on it. Edit. So I agreed I should have asked and made sure it was okay, but I did not think it was a big deal, as she watches Game of Thrones whenever she wants, regardless if he's there or not. I don't complain because he knows it's bad. I explained it to him and he understood. Also, I was not trying to be a cool dad. I was just trying to explain that the game didn't promote those themes. And my son was not in the room when we were arguing, so I wasn't undermining her in front of him.
So I haven't played this game, so I don't know enough about the content of that game to judge it off of, but it seems like OP's not an asshole for that. Like, you know, I think with a kid that age, if there's a parent in the room, it's okay. Like, you can be younger than 17, but go to an R-rated movie with a parent with you, you know?
Exactly.
So it's hard to say because I don't know that game.
So Detroit Become Human is basically like a world where they've created like androids who are oftentimes abused by humans and forced to like do certain jobs for them, and they have no free will. So the androids kind of start an uprising as they get their free will and start trying to fight for their rights. So to me, knowing the context of that game and also having watched Game of Thrones, I kind of feel like he's not the asshole here.
Yeah, I just feel like the wife doesn't understand video games at all.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Like, doesn't understand video games and the power of video games and how those kinds of themes can be educational and
exactly,
you know, provide new world points and stuff like that. And I bet that's someplace Fortnite or Valorant or some shit or Call of Duty, and that's way worse. Like, come on.
Like, you're literally shooting people. Come on.
Yeah.
Davey says, there's some gore, but the game is mostly political. Yes.
I feel like it's just like teaching the son, if anything, like those important themes that should be taught. Exactly.
Like, it's obviously there's people out there who are awful, and I think it's good to kind of see the victims of those awful people fighting for their own rights and their own freedoms. Sapph is a little low. Really?
Oh no.
Oh no, I hope that hasn't been a thing this whole time. You're as loud as you can be. Oh no.
I can talk louder?
Okay, I'm gonna bump you up a lot. Hopefully,
okay.
Hopefully that's better. She's coming in a little bit quiet, but hopefully
okay, testing.
Everybody's
hello.
There's Sapph. Hopefully everybody's been able to hear your stories. But
it's okay.
Yeah, now I can hear you a bit better, which is weird because I didn't adjust my end. So I think you're just talking louder. But yeah, I don't know, letting him be around when she's watching Game of Thrones, like, there's a lot of
oh my god, it's even worse. It's
horrible
so worse.
things going on in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I'm not even comfortable watching Game of Thrones sometimes. Everybody says you're better. Good, yeah. Okay. Moon and I share one brain cell, love it. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Do you think asshole or no?
No, definitely not. I think, and I know what OP was saying, that he wasn't trying to be like a cool dad, but like as somebody who grew up playing video games, like that is just so cool to play a game with your child and share that interest.
Yep.
And I just don't think the wife understands video games and is one of those people who's probably just like, video games bad, they cause shootings and blah blah blah, when it's like, no, not the case.
Video games don't cause them. You have to be predisposed to doing those kinds of things.
Video game bad.
Video game very bad. All of them. Even like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine.
Very good.
Yes. Gotta love.
How many more do you wanna go through? Because I have a couple more, but we don't have to like read all of them if you didn't want to keep going for too much longer. Up to you.
We could maybe like a few more, because I know like reading things is like draining a little bit. So
I know I'm not good at reading things out loud.
Me either.
I used to think of school when they used to call me at school, and I just would stumble over the words and everyone's staring at me.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, please don't perceive me. Don't make
I
fun of me.
know. All
Yeah.
right, do you want to do a serious one or a funny one next? I have a very serious or a funny.
Oh. I really love the funny ones.
Yeah.
I think we're going funny. Moon
Okay.
says, I am definitely predisposed to have political opinions that add to, that add to my... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Am I the asshole for not giving a kid a quarter?
I saw the title of this one. I didn't read it, but I saw the title.
Yeah. All right. I went to a Costco and put $1 in the water machine. I got my quarters, and a little boy came running up to me and asked, "Can I have one?" I figured he probably wandered off and asked him where his mom was, and he pointed to one of the food court tables and said, "I forgot the pennies." My mom was the mom was sitting there just watching, and she had this look on her face as if it already was a foregone conclusion that I'd buy him a water. So I'm pretty sure she put him up to it. I'd seen that look at many times over the years, and as a former doormat, it rubs me the wrong way when people just assume that I'll do something. So I said, "No, sorry, go ask your mom." The kid says no and tries the coin return. It was less I refuse and more of a no, that can't be. And I was starting to feel bad when the mom came to retrieve her kid. She didn't say anything to me, just dragged her protesting kid away from after giving me a look. I could have given the kid a quarter. It might, I might have been the asshole because normally I don't mind spotting someone. But that look, am I the asshole?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
See, like Davey said, quote, as a former doormat, oh my god. I tend to say
Yeah.
yes to everybody because I feel bad saying no. So, in a way I get OP, but like, it's a kid. Like, I don't care if someone like forced their kid to run up to me and ask me for money. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna deny a kid water. Like,
I know.
That's a baby. Like, not a baby, but like, that's a baby to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if the mother has money for it. I'm not gonna deny a kid the water just in case the mother
I
is
feel
broke.
two ways. Yeah, exactly. But like, they're at Costco and you need a membership for that shit. So
Actually, you know what? That's a fair point. Jem said,
but
"Now
I don't
fuck them
know.
kids."
Oh no, Jim.
Oh my god.
I think if there wasn't a parent around and if it was just the kid by themselves, maybe. But because the parent was like right there watching, I don't know.
Yeah, I think your point about the Costco membership has swayed me. I think not the asshole, knowing that because Costco memberships are very expensive.
Yeah.
Like, they're a lot.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say
to think not the asshole.
Yeah, Moon says I have mixed opinions about this. Yeah, I'm kind of sitting there too. Like, I see a kid and I want to give them water, but at the same time, like, it seems very much like the mother was using the kid.
Yeah, a little bit. And someone in the comments mentioned that it's important for kids to learn no.
Yeah.
And you know, that is a lesson in itself. And yeah.
Yeah, so Davey says I'm more bothered by the parent letting the kid wander off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon
That's
says
true.
Moon says on one part, yes, if a child would ask, would I give it to them? But question mark, question mark, question mark. Listen, I always give money when someone asks me, but if someone looks at me expecting it, like, oh yeah, you go ask that random person, little kid, even if I am your mom. Yeah. That's kind of, yeah. I feel like sometimes, not always, some people will use their kids, like, to get things, you know? Like
I
sending their
know.
kid to
It was
ask
just a
people for things.
quarter. I mean, everyone on Reddit deemed this person not the asshole,
Yeah,
but
it's literally just a quarter at the end of the day. That's true.
I feel like there's no assholes here because it's just a kid being a kid.
It's just
And
awkward.
OP's also not in the wrong for saying no because they don't know the person. It's just a random stranger, you know? And I get that, as Davey said, as a former doormat, like, if you've been the doormat, you definitely get it. And you
Yeah.
don't want to always just be the yes man and always say yes.
Yeah, for sure. And Davey said, I assume this was in the US too. Costco's usually have food courts, and I'm pretty sure water is required to be free if you ask. So if that's true...
Yeah. No, that's such a good point. Costco is usually there's water fountains. Like, oh, I have a funny story.
Go for it.
I think this was at a BJ's, which is similar to Costco in the US. It's just like a similar like wholesale large grocery retailer. And I was a this is so embarrassing. I was with my parents. I was a kid. I was little. I was like 5, mind you. But I wanted some water. I was thirsty. And my parents were like, "We have water in the car." And I was like, "I don't want the hot water, Mom. I want the cold water."
Felt.
And we're like outside, and I just see the vending machine with the big, beautiful ice cold water photoshopped illustration. And you know what? I don't want the goddamn hot water, Mom. So they could just gotten me a cup of water inside. But yeah, that was just a funny story. But
Oh my god, I love
I
that.
think I think no assholes here, kinda. Like, OP's definitely not the asshole for not giving the kid a quarter. But
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree there. The fact that it's I don't want to say it's just a quarter, because to a lot of people a quarter, every amount counts, right?
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think OP is an asshole. I just it feels like a very awkward situation that
Yeah.
everybody was a little off kilter there.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I can go with not the asshole.
Same.
Davey said, "Nah, kids can be assholes."
True.
Moon, the way she immediately was saying that she is young scares me. What does she do? What did she do? Okay. Next one, I guess. Okay, this one is wild.
I'm ready.
I was actually angry reading this one. Oh, it's very long. Okay, we'll power through it. So, am I the asshole for naming my son after my wife's ex?
I saw this one. This one was crazy.
Did you read it?
I did read it.
Okay.
No, this one was insane. We have to talk about this one.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try and like summarize it a little bit because it is very long.
Yeah, it is kind of long. Yeah.
So we have a 35-year-old male or 34-year-old male with a wife who's 35, and they've been married for 6 years. So they always wanted a kid, but were lucky to finally start a family when the wife found out that they were pregnant with a baby boy. So they had trouble kind of trying to decide what name to use. So after a while of deciding, I had decided that I thought it would be good to name our son after my recently deceased father, whose name was Francis. So he kind of decided this on his own. So he never told her about the name because she was having really bad contractions after her water broke, and they kind of had to rush her to the ER for emergency C-section. So she went into labor and ended up having an emergency C-section, which was obviously unplanned. Afterwards, to try and clear my stress, I was doing paperwork and decided I would put the name down as Francis as the baby's official name so that when my wife was okay after the surgery, she wouldn't have to worry about choosing the name. In this moment, I didn't realize I had totally forgotten to tell her about my idea for our son's name. What is this, shameless? Pretty much, Gem.
That's
So
insane.
the only thought of the names when her water broke. Yeah, so they had no idea what to name this kid. And so he thought of this name, and then suddenly she was in labor, and he never talked to her about it. So he decided to fill out the forms while she was, like, recovering. So she had no idea about this name.
The nerve of this man.
I know, and this
Homegirls in fucking, sorry for cursing, in
Go
labor.
for it. Oh yeah, I was getting heated reading this. And then it goes on and it says, "This is the part where I realized that I might have been an asshole." When I told my wife about the name, she instantly flipped out at me. She screamed at me, "You know the name Francis makes me uncomfortable since it's my ex's name." I knew her ex from a previous relationship had the name, but I didn't realize it was that serious, and it had totally slipped my mind in the moment. Trying to keep her calm, I said, "Don't worry, babe, it's not a big deal. It'll all be okay." She instantly screamed back at me, "It won't be okay. My son is going to be walking around the rest of his life with my ex's name." In the heat of the moment, I shouted back, "Well, it sounds like to me that you're a little bit caught up on him." After that, she screamed back, "Just go," and I knew that there's no point in arguing with her anymore. So, basically, they're not talking very much anymore. She's giving him the silent treatment, and he has no idea how to move forward from this situation. Additional info, this was her boyfriend from high school, and they had a short-term relationship. Also, we talked briefly about naming our son after a family member, and she seemed okay with it as an option. We couldn't agree. I thought it was okay. I also don't constantly think about my wife's exes, so it truly slipped my mind. Yeah.
I feel like you have to agree. You have to at least agree before you sign the papers.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Chat's going wild.
Chat's going bananas.
Oh my god. Hold up. Men's derogatory J.
No J. No J.
This man, derogatory. It's giving that one episode of Family Guy when Peter changes the name from Mega to Megatron.
Oh my god, Jem.
I love that. That is hilarious. Yeah, first of all, she literally just had from the sounds of it, a traumatic birth experience. And he has the audacity to yell at her while she is hormonal and in probably so much pain and stress. Like, yeah. I just, the audacity of this man. Like, I would have, if I had made this big of a mistake, I would have been like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry. I thought I had discussed it with you. Like, we will change the name ASAP."
Yeah,
like,
I feel
don't
like his
you worry
hubris
about it.
is like way too big to like admit that like he probably should have checked in first. Like you don't have to name the child immediately. Like I definitely heard stories of people that like wait a couple days.
Hell,
if they can't decide. Like
Kylie Jenner didn't name her son for like a year.
Yeah. like there's no rush.
Like you can
There's
wait.
no rush.
You don't need to do it as soon as that baby pops out. Like,
yeah,
you can have a moment to think about the consequences of your decisions. Like, this poor kid's gonna walk around with that name the rest of their life. Let's have like more than a, "Oh, this is what I'm putting," kind of thing.
Baby's comment is so spot on though too.
You're the asshole, obviously, but like, I'm getting big vibes that there are serious communication issues. The bigger problem, so it's a bigger problem than the kid's name.
Yeah.
Jen, the lion, the witch, the audacity of this bitch. Imagine having an argument with your postpartum wife and then taking to Reddit about how she's mad at you for asking for backup. Or how she's mad at you asking for backup. The audacity.
Common Redditor. This is just a common male Redditor. Oh god.
I cannot imagine carrying a child in my stomach, not my stomach, but you know what I mean, for 9 months, a brutal delivery, and my partner puts my ex's name on that paper. Like, it's
just
I'm just picturing my most traumatizing ex, and oh
Oh
my god,
no.
like
Oh god.
I would
Yeah.
divorce. Like,
It's just like awkward. Like it's just an uncomfortable thing.
uh,
I don't know.
TGA, what's a Reddit? You don't want to know. What's a Reddit? Yeah, I would honestly even put this in Am I the Devil? Like,
Damn. Yeah. No. Yeah.
yeah, like that's just like there's just so many layers to this story that it's not
Yeah.
even like maybe not I am the devil, but like you're more than an asshole at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
yeah, this one got my blood boiling.
Yeah, that's totally uncalled for. I'd be pissed. I'd be fuming.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the asshole. Absolutely the asshole.
I'd be like, guess what? We're changing his name, and now he's taking my last name.
Fuck. Damn.
You should have messed up the first time, buddy. Oh, yeah, that one was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn?
All right. Yeah, so I have one. It's a little heavier, so I will do a trigger warning for child loss.
Okay.
That's just a content trigger warning. There is mention of that in this post, so if you are uncomfortable with that or feel that you might have an adverse reaction, either mute or like leave a tab away for a minute. But that is kind of the content of this one. But I think it was a really not important, but I just think we have to talk about this one. Because I was like, whoa, this one's kind of deep. This one's really dark.
Okay.
So, am
Let's do
I
it.
the asshole for leaving my sister in the hospital while she had a stillborn because I had to do my MCAT? And for people who aren't aware, an MCAT is like your medical college admission test. So it's
Wow.
like the test. I know, it sucks. Like the premise it's alone is like, bro, this
That's
is just
heavy.
horrible. It's so horrible. But from my research, apparently the MCAT is very hard to reschedule. So I'm not entirely sure like how feasible it would have been for OP to reschedule or whatever. But this is the story anyway.
Okay.
My sister Mia and I are usually close, but this really is causing some issues. I didn't think I did anything wrong here, but now I don't even know. This happened in April. I'm 22 and she's 28. Mia had a high-risk pregnancy, placenta previa, and some other issues. She had a C-section earlier than expected and had a stillborn baby, which is terrible. I had my MCAT the day after Mia delivered, and she told me before that she wanted me to stay with her. We talked before they took her in, and she was a screaming, crying mess. I ended up leaving since I had my magazine the next morning. But I came back to the hospital when I was finished. I did hear the awful news that the baby was stillborn before the exam, but I didn't go then. So
Right.
the OP did hear of the news, but still went to the exam. A few days passed, and Mia's really pissed at me, saying I ditched her during the worst time of her life. I told her I was really sorry, but I had to do my MCAT. I know she's going through a really difficult time, but Mia went off on me, saying I could have just done it another day, and I thought some test was more important than her and her baby's life, and that I deserved to fail. Mia is still saying that I'm selfish, and at the least I could have just gone to the exam directly from the hospital. I could have just gone to the exam from the hospital directly and stayed with the rest of the time. A lot of extended family know now, and some are saying what I did was terrible, and my mom agrees with me, but is saying to just let Mia be because she went through a traumatic instance.
Right.
Is OP the asshole?
Ugh.
It's just a horrible situation for everybody involved. It just is so sad.
I'm trying to think of who in this world would be the person that, if I was in that situation, I would want right next to me, which would be my mom.
Yeah.
And I can 100%, well, not like 100% because I haven't been through that, but from things that I have been through, like, I cannot imagine my mom not being there.
Yeah.
And kind of taking off when I need her the most. But on the same wavelength, I do get that the MCAT is very hard to reschedule. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard. Davey
Yeah.
said, did OP give heads up to their sister?
Yeah, it sounds like she had the delivery and knew that OP had the test,
Right.
but wanted her to stay after the delivery, but ended up leaving because they had the test next morning. And then came back to the hospital, but yeah, it's really tough. It's like, so somebody, the top comment says that they're not an asshole and you can't even reschedule the MCAT within 8 days of your exam. Prior to the 8 days, they'll charge a fee to reschedule.
Right.
So as awful as the unplanned event was, asking you to shell out, money and put your plans on hold isn't fair either.
Yeah. I wouldn't say OP's the asshole, but I 100% I understand that the sister has been through something that no one should have to go through. And yeah, this is a hard one. I don't think there's really an asshole here.
I don't think OP's an asshole, but if I was OP, I probably would have skipped the test to be with my sister. I don't have a sister, so I really can't I can't be in that mindset. But like, if I had somebody that close to me, there's no way I could leave that situation.
No, like if again, like my mother's that person for me. If my mother was in the hospital for anything that was super traumatic for her, I would be by her side the whole time. Like, yeah. I nothing would tear me away. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like the whole world could be crashing down around me, and I would stay. Yeah, that one's brutal.
Yeah, it's a little heavy. It's very heavy. It's horrible.
Davey says,
but I guess
"Oh, sorry. Go ahead."
No, I guess some people are saying because the test was like 24, like the test was it was the next day that OP couldn't reschedule, so it would have been a failure, like a 0.
Right.
I guess that makes more sense because they couldn't have obviously rescheduled, therefore the record shows it's a 0. And that at that point messes you up. Higher chance of getting into any kind of medical. So I don't. Yeah. Also, good night, Moon.
Yeah, I understand both sides of this one. Like, Davey said, knowing that OP had the test is different than OP telling her that she would be taking it. Yeah. I don't think either one of them is the asshole. I think it's a very awful tragedy that happened, and
yeah,
very bad timing for the MCAT test to be scheduled for the very next day. But yeah, I can't say anyone in this situation is an asshole.
I feel like no assholes here, but it's just such a horrible situation.
Yeah.
And some, one person said, like, grief and trauma bring out the worst in people sometimes, and just to let the sister heal.
Oh, yeah.
And be supportive as you can. And that's all you can really do.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, with this kind of trauma, the sister might never be able to move forward. Like, yeah. And not be mad at her sibling, right?
But I don't think people are saying that Mia, the person who had the baby, is an asshole. I don't think she's an asshole either. Like, she's gone through something that's horrible, like the worst possible thing imaginable.
She's traumatized. She has a whole bunch of hormones.
Shit. Yeah.
Like, no, she's definitely she's not in her right state.
Yeah.
Because of the hormones of giving birth and the trauma.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't see how anyone could think that she's the asshole. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
OP is an asshole either, but, like,
Yeah.
she certainly is not the asshole.
I may not agree with OP's decision. Well, I don't know though, because like knowing the things about the test that like, you know, it shows that you got like a 0 or whatever. That's just like it's rough. Like
It's
you really
not
can't avoid it.
it's not the decision I would have made, but I understand why he would make that decision, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's your whole future, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That one's very hard. Yeah, I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think chat agrees as well.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow, that one.
Yeah. Pretty heavy.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any funny ones?
I honestly don't think I do. I don't have anything that can lighten that. Well, okay. This one's not really funny. Oh, it's gone. Never mind.
Oh no.
Basically, this guy worked at a like a gourmet like food grocery store kind of thing. And so at the end of the day, they throw out anything that's shelf life was over. So like they had to sell it by like June 4th. But it would still be good for a few days. So the company policy was to throw out the food, and OP thought it was a waste. So OP would steal the food, which is technically stealing. But it was not like a haha I'm stealing it. It's like, dude, I don't want this food to go to waste. But yeah, that was all. Yeah, my two really good ones.
That one annoys me. That one really, because like I used to work in like a good night TGA. I used to work in like a bagel shop, and every night we'd have to throw out all of the bagels, and it pissed me off so much. It's like somebody could use that food, you know? It just makes me so angry. And so I hate when companies do that kind of stuff. Like either, donate it or let the workers take it home, because like who cares?
My dad
steal that shit. I'm 1000% with OP. Take that shit. Like,
without even knowing the rest of it, like, or remembering the rest of it, I'm 100% on OP's side. I don't care if it's illegal. Don't waste food, corporations.
It's being thrown out, like, Yeah.
It's wasted money regardless. Wasted money because you're not selling the product. So, in the company's point of view, you only care because they're not paying for it. But you're literally going to be throwing it out anyways, so you're not gaining or losing anything there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad used to work at a restaurant, and he was able to take food home at the end of the night. And I think that's how it should be. Like, let your workers who have worked the shift take it home, and whatever is also there still, because especially if you work at a buffet, like, there's always going to be a lot of stuff left, right?
Yeah.
So, why not, like, package it up and bring it out to, like, people who need it?
Yeah. Like, or, like, repurpose it or somehow. Like, there's a coffee shop that I is local to me, and they have these, like, cinnamon bun desserts. And at the end of the day, whatever cinnamon bun dessert isn't sold, they put it in the fridge because it's been a day. It's not gonna just like grow mold overnight.
Yeah.
And they like grind it up into like that cake pop material.
Oh, yeah.
And they put it on this giant baking sheet, and then they bake like cinnamon squares, because like, you can just repurpose it that easily. Now not all food is equal, obviously, but like things here and there you can do to like reduce and reuse and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. And that sounds really good.
Yeah, and it's
I'd
like
chipmunk those cinnamon bites. Same. Oh. Jem also says, when I worked at TB, I used to get the extra cinnamon bite thingies because I liked them and they get thrown away by the end. But only if I avoided cameras.
Wait, what's TB?
Yeah,
Am
what
I
is
oblivious?
TB? I don't know what TB is.
I feel like I'm dumb.
It might
not
be
knowing what that is.
It might be a local thing.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But
My attention TB tuberculosis came up. Oh no.
I hope you didn't work there, Jeb.
Oh, Taco Bell.
Oh. TV.
I see.
I love those. The cinnamon things
those are
so good.
Okay, yeah.
I love cinnamon anything. My mom hates it, so we can never have Cinnabons.
Oh no.
I know, it's so sad. Davey said, I followed Echo to Taco Bell too much. Yeah, when I'm in college, I order Taco Bell like at least twice a week. Like,
oh, I love Taco Bell.
Good. Yeah, but I don't have any more funny ones, unfortunately.
Those were all of mine that I had.
But I think we ended on a good note with the conversation about chipmunking cinnamon bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely chipmunk the cinnamon bites too.
Oh yeah.
So good.
We should totally do this again, but we have to do r/relationship advice. I love that subreddit so much. These people ask the most ridiculous advice.
I am so down because I love giving relationship advice.
Oh my god, I know.
I am so single.
No, because like they're ridiculous. Like I'm going through them right now. They're like insane. I think pretty sure that remember that viral post of the guy who like has sex with his girlfriend to that song? Did you hear about
Yes.
That came from the subreddit, the r/relationship advice.
I'm
pretty sure.
A TikTok trend. Like I thought it was like somebody posted a video about it on TikTok.
No, it came from Reddit originally. I'm pretty sure it's this group, but like yeah, there are some gold nuggets in r/relationship advice.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we 100% need to do this again and do r/relationship advice. What?
Yeah.
Nightbot deleting all of your messages, Jem.
Oh, you might have to go into Nightbot and like turn off that stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I will fix it for tomorrow's stream. I promise. But yeah, I am so down to do relationship advice.
Love that subreddit. Oh, it's like therapy.
Oh, I can't wait. Like I don't know, something about like seeing all of these like posts about people's chaotic relationships. I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with that.
It almost makes you feel better. It's like kind of awful to say, but it's like at least I'm not going through this.
Yeah, like as long as it's not like serious issues. But like if it's like petty stuff, I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm single. Like, or I'm so glad that I'm not dating someone awful. Like, you know?
Yeah.
But I am so down to do that whenever you want. I am happy to do it. I am very happy to do that.
Well, yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted for a minute.
It's okay. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
And again, anybody who's here and who is not following Sapph, or anybody who watches this VOD later, please do follow Sapph. Sapph makes some of the best content I've ever seen. Like, I'm obsessed with your Stardew Valley stuff. Like,
thank you, you're so sweet.
They make me so happy. And your recent vlog was just everything to me.
Oh, thank you, you're so sweet.
Of course. But thank you again for hanging out. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, I will talk to you later. I'm gonna hop off call now. All right, bye everyone.
Bye, good night. Alrighty, so thank you again to Sapph for hanging out with us and for doing these. There were some really funny ones, there were some sadder ones, but I really enjoyed this. This was a bit of an experiment. for anybody who's not following my my alt Twitter, I put out a tweet just saying, any friends of mine who want to try this with me, like, let's do it, and Sapph was the first one to respond. So it was a bit of a test, but I had a lot of fun, and I loved doing it, Sapph loved doing it, so I definitely plan to do more of these in the future. There'll be shorter streams because, I don't know, reading like whole Reddit things, it's a bit exhausting. I'm really tired now, so there'll be shorter things, but yeah, I think I'm definitely down to do a lot more of these in the future. This was so fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you for joining, Sapph. I'm so glad that you did. It sounds very fun, but I get stuck on words too much. Yeah, I'm hoping that also reading things to chat will help me get better at reading things aloud, because I am in school to be a teacher for younger kids, so I'm gonna have to read them like storybooks and stuff. So practice, right? Yeah, but I had a lot of fun. Thank you everybody for hanging out. If you're not subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you everybody. And I will be back tomorrow. And we're gonna play some Minecraft. We're gonna do Tailcraft SMP. And I will do like a little tour of the server, what we got going on so far. And then I will also be hitting the Nether, because Knight needs some blaze rods and I need some potions. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. But again, thank you everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye friends.